Greetings, people. Welcome again. Once again, we come back to where we were. This is Q-doma, aka the Logistic Wolf. Now, this is the subject right here that's basically grinding my gear today. I was looking today on Wikipedia, and I'm looking at all the pressing matters that you have for the 21st century. Now I can tell you the first one. First one they got here, right here. Globalization. And it says advance in communications and transportation, expansion of capitalism, democrat and free trade agreements. That's fine. That's something, that's right there. That sort of thing right there. That's important. We need to have debates and subjects about that, because that affects everything, including the economy. Now, alright. Now, second one they got, under that, they got overpopulation. Overpopulation, that's an issue too, because, people having too many kids, that sort of thing. I'm not saying they should do it like how they, over in China. But, I think people, certain groups, especially poor people. Poor people are the largest breeders when it comes to having too many kids. There should be a limit on how many kids you can have. But once again, some people might think what I'm saying along the lines is going to fall into something along the lines of communism. No, not when when I say this, I'm talking about things within reason. I'm not sitting up there telling you, if you have an extra kid, I'm going to do something really bad to you. I think basically through education and understanding, we can come to a reasonable agreement on this. But, once again, it's going to take some time. And, of course, under overpopulation, they have the abortion, which is not surprising. People always make their, little issues about that, pro-choice versus pro-life. Now, once again, I said in a previous video, I said, I think it should be up to the woman. But once again, you got these religious people out here that are crazy and they're insane. Like they got a problem. I'm gonna tell you something. If somebody doesn't do something, people gonna do it anyway. Regardless, you could pass a law. It's just like prohibition. It didn't work then, it's not gonna work now. Now, as far as that goes, now there needs to be some type of control there when it comes to the whole abortion thing. I mean, there are rules and regulations. When it comes to that, I don't think people should just be getting abortions just left and right, just like that. If the child is okay and everything, there has to be probable cause for it. Alright. Now, under abortion, they have gay rights. Now, this is a subject I think personally has no relevance at all. No relevance. As far as discussion. This is a discussion that just needs to be done away with. They're talking about this whole issue of same-sex marriage. I'm telling you, it's a joke. Basically, just make it legal and just move on. I'm going to tell you, globalization, overpopulation, but those are actually important subjects. Gay rights, I'm not saying gay rights in itself isn't important. It's just the thing is, the people, the bigwigs, the people in Washington, D.C., the lobbyists, all them type of people, or people that's trying to save face, of course, then you have them, you have them, the lovely conservatives, you have them. Of course, at the same time, you have some liberals that don't like the idea either, but that's beside the point. The thing is, people, y'all need to get over it. As far as, gay people have been around since day one. This deal with it. Now, as far as when you start getting to the, other little things as far as like the having children and certain things like that, that's different. But the thing about it is, I think with the gay rights thing, y'all just need to just get to the point, just legalize it, make it normal like everybody else's shit, and you'll be alright. Alright, the next subject they have down here, I don't know if I'm saying this, it's called genus, I don't know what the heck it is. Is this due to negative correlation between fertility and intelligence? Human genetic integrate may be deteriorating, lowering the intellectual capacity of the average human. I have an idea I think I have a slight idea what that is. I'm going to say it probably has something to do with infertility. I'm just going to guess. Okay, that would be important. Poverty. That's an issue too. And as far as that, people, with bums and all that. I mean, we've had that since day one too. We need to, definitely jump on that. War and terrorism. That's important. Global warming. But you know what? As far as the global warming thing, I think that part right there in itself should be changed. I think people also need to focus on other aspects of the planet. I mean, I guess the global warming, I guess that term works, but it would be nice if you come up with another terminology for it. Another one they have under here is power and international relations. Yes, that's important. That's an important one. Intellectual property, that's important. Technology, fossil fuels. But once again, I would think that would go somewhere with the global warming thing. The NATO-Russia relations. Once again, this is another subject that I think that could be summarized into something smaller. But I just basically want to put in my 2 cents of that subject. I would like to hear what the people out there of the world would say about this. I think of all the subjects on here, I think the gay rights thing needs to be dealt with quickly. They just need to legalize everything, be done with it, and everyone will be alright.